Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Most riders don't fail because they lack passion. Most riders don't crash because of speed. Most riders don't die because of risk. They fail, crash, and sometimes die because of habits. Habits that feel normal. Habits that feel right. Habits they picked up watching others. Or worse, from someone who never knew what the hell they were doing in the first place. If you're a beginner rider, you're being watched by your instincts, by your ego, by your future. Every single move you make on a motorcycle is being recorded by your muscle memory, and that memory doesn't forgive. It doesn't correct you. It repeats you. And if you're repeating the wrong moves, you're creating a hidden trap, a silent death trap that rides with you every single time you start that engine. You see, beginner habits are like invisible leeches. They feed off your confidence. They stick to your riding style, and they lie to you. They whisper things like, "You're doing fine, you're getting better. This is normal." But deep inside, you don't feel better. You feel off. You feel unstable on corners. You feel like the bike owns you, not the other way around. And that's because you've been programmed, not trained. Think about this. When you were a kid, you had training wheels, right? What were they for? Balance? Number. They were for false security. You were being tricked into thinking you could ride. And then, they were taken away, and you fell. Hard. That was the real lesson. Motorcycles are no different. Except now, the stakes are your bones, your face, your life. In 2025, bikes are faster, traffic is dumber, roads are worse, distractions are everywhere. And if you ride with 2010 habits in a 2025 world, you'll lose. This video is your wake-up call. Not a tip list, not a tutorial, not some 5-minute trick garbage. This is a reset, a mental cleanse. Because beginner riding isn't just about controlling the bike, it's about reprogramming your brain to reject the lazy, deadly, outdated moves most new riders cling to. This isn't motivation. This is reality. And I'm about to expose the top 7 beginner rider habits you must break in 2025. Or you won't just stay a beginner. You'll stay vulnerable. Let's begin. Habit number 1. Riding with loose intentions. Most beginners ride like they're going with the flow. No mission, no mental map, just vibes. That's not riding, that's gambling. Every second on the road demands precision, not passive drifting. If your eyes don't know where they're going next, your hands won't either. If your mind is casual, your reactions will be slow. And slow reactions don't get forgiven, they get punished. Break this habit now by riding with intent. Every movement, every throttle twist, every gear shift should feel planned, not guessed. Habit number 2. Gripping the handlebars like a victim. You are not holding on for dear life. You are controlling a machine. You are not being dragged by it. Beginners squeeze the bars too tightly, like the bike is a wild animal. That tension travels up to your shoulders, locks your elbows, and kills your reaction time. Worse, it disconnects you from the feedback your bike is giving you. You can't feel the road through stiff arms. In 2025, roads are more unpredictable than ever, and if you're disconnected, you're blind. Relax your grip. Ride like the bars are instruments, not handcuffs. Habit number 3. Using the rear brake like it's a toy. Let me say this once. Your rear brake is not a plaything. It's not there for comfort braking. It's not a decoration. Used wrong, it can slide you into a crash faster than you can blink. Beginners love overusing the rear brake because it feels safe. But that false safety will betray you. Rely on it. In the rain, in gravel, in emergency, and you'll taste asphalt. Train your right fingers to master the front brake. The front brake is 70–80% of your stopping power. Stop being scared of it. Master it, or it'll punish your ignorance. Habit number 4. Looking down instead of through. The biggest mistake that guarantees a crash? Looking down at the road right in front of your tire. That's fear. That's hesitation. That's survival mode. You weren't born with predator vision. You have to train it. If you're not looking through the curve, your brain can't calculate lean angle, apex, or exit path. You end up wide, offline, or worse off-road. In 2025, with traffic coming at you faster and drivers distracted by AI dashboards and digital clutter, you don't get second chances. Force your eyes up. Train your mind to see beyond. Let the bike follow your vision, not your fear. Habit number 5. Treating the clutch like an on-off switch. Sloppy clutch work is the dead giveaway of a beginner. You lurch, you stall, you panic. Why? Because you're yanking, not communicating. The clutch isn't a button, it's a conversation. When you treat it with subtlety, your bike responds with control. When you abuse it, the bike bucks like it hates you because it does. You're breaking its rhythm. In traffic, at slow speeds, during takeoffs, this habit turns you into a public threat. Break the pattern. Practice slow-speed clutch control every single ride. You don't grow out of this, you evolve through it. Habit number 6. Blind trust in the mirror world. Mirrors lie. They're helpful, yes, but only if you understand their limitations. Most beginners believe if the mirror is empty, the lane is clear. Wrong. Blind spots exist. And in 2025, with more EVs and silent bikes on the road, you won't hear the danger coming. If you're not physically checking your shoulders every single lane change, you're gambling with your spine. One swipe from a van, a Tesla, or a distracted delivery driver, and you'll be airlifted. Burn it into your routine. Signal, mirror, head check. Every single time. Habit number 7. Thinking protective gear is optional. This is where I get harsh. Riders who say, "I'm just going to the shop," or "I'll wear gear when I go faster," they're living in a fantasy. The asphalt doesn't care about your speed. The car that hits you doesn't care about your reason. And your skin? It will rip open like paper the second you slide. You either wear the gear before the crash, or you regret it after. In 2025, advanced armor, airbag jackets, and lightweight gloves are everywhere. If you're still making excuses, you're not a beginner. You're a future statistic. Respect the ride. Respect your body. Gear up every time. These aren't just habits. They're hidden chains. They keep you slow, weak, vulnerable. Break them, and you don't just become a better rider. You become a harder target for fate to take down. Let me ask you something straight. How many of these habits are still alive in your riding? Be honest, not with me, but with yourself. Because this isn't about looking cool on a bike. It's about staying alive, riding free, and never becoming another tragic story whispered in a garage. Every habit you break adds years to your life, power to your control, and respect to your name. So now I want to hear from you. Which one of these habits was your wake-up call today? Which one hit the hardest? And if you're a seasoned rider watching this, what's the one habit you had to unlearn that changed everything? Drop it in the comments. Not just for you, but for the beginners who are reading this and trying to survive before they learn the hard way. Let's build a brotherhood of smarter riders. Not just louder ones. Because out there on the road, it's not you versus the world. It's you versus your last mistake. Ride smart. Ride sharp. And ride like your life depends on it, because it does. Depends on it because it does.